Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Everspace 2, where today we begin our session by effing the smuggler's back door. Okay, it sounded weird when I said it. You can see it on the screen. You know that I'm right. You know that this is what we must do. I am continuing to fiddle with the sound mix, fixing things. There's a lot of stuff in Windows 11 that needs to be fixed, it turns out. This might be the one that finally pushes me to start using Linux. That and the fact that, like, oh, this is cool looking.
I am receiving an encrypted message addressed to your signature.
That must be Hawk's agent. Put him through.
You made it in. First things first, I'm your contact for this mission. You can call me Tammy. Roslyn is out of the system. If he jumps back in, we'll know right away and we'll have to abort. Before venturing further into the system, you need to pick up a data package with the required signature. You'll find it inside the gas vortex, which is frequented by scavengers. Do your best not to be seen. Communicate over.
Well, that was rather blunt. Could even get a hi or how are you?
This is not really a don't get seen kind of ship. You know, to some extent, I wish I could, ooh, these seem nice. 10% chance to regenerate a significant amount of hull, chance to disable the target's shields. Yeah, I still don't really understand the mechanisms for system damage, so I'm not sure how valuable it is that these ones can't be damaged, but this seems like a pretty significant upgrade for me. I'm just going to go ahead and scrap those in place. And then also, obviously, this rules. Although I do wish it wouldn't just kick you out of that screen automatically, because, you know, obviously we were headed to that. I feel like I just want to hold and dial up expertise and firepower, right? Those seem like the most valuable stats by a pretty decent margin. All right. Try not to get seen. We're trying not to get seen. I've been seen. Later. Yeah, but also, gaming, the people who are working hard to make gaming on Linux more of a real thing, they've made some real good progress. They've done some good work. So it might be time. I'll look into it. All right, so Zarkov Explorer requires 2 high-risk areas, 2 distress calls, 3 location challenges. We are not skipping distress calls. I want to get this as quickly as possible, not least of which because we could actually use the money and XP. That said, this is a pretty short trip. I'm not shocked to see that we're not getting a lot of calls on this one. Is it just me, or is moving, just the process of moving through Superlight, prettier in this region than it was in the other ones? So far, I'm really digging the aesthetic here.
The data package is located inside a wreck. You are advised to avoid the lightning rod crystals, which can cause electrical damage to our craft.
Tricky.
Oh dear. Oh, there's a valuable shipwreck. Well, all right. Fact is, we're probably gonna end up tangling with some foes here and there, because as much as I like avoiding notice or whatever, and you know I do, it's fine. I also like loot. I like loot so much more, in fact. Oh wait, that's the wrong missiles. I forgot the system swapped my missiles because I deleted some of my active inventory. Let's knock out some of these. I do have the voices kind of low in the mix. That's pretty on purpose. You know what that's about. Seems like decent plating. So alt duration and precision versus firepower and resistance. Yeah, all right. I think this plating is an upgrade. Let's throw that on and I guess scrap this. It's the first time we've ever cleared blue plating, which is interesting. So what else do we got here? We see just normal containers. I'm not going to stress too much about those, probably. Although, we're in a new region. It might be worth it to pay attention to containers. Even just like random containers. Okay, that thing just discharged. I think they cycle. Just because, you know, we're probably in a place that has like a new higher quality of loot. Okay, so just watch the electric crystals. We don't necessarily have to stay super far away from them, but we have to be aware that they seem to be cycling. The best time to go through is right after they discharge. Like that thing's gonna ooh, okay. That was a little reached out a little further than I was expecting it to. Okay, Insidium. I mean, I'll take some Insidium. What we really need is Malamite. Okay. I miss the maneuverability of the old ship, for sure. And I know I'm like talking about our next upgrade being a proper gunship, but probably not getting that maneuverability back. Maybe that's foolishness. Okay, pilot idea of another nastier clone version of yourself.
Got the package.
The signature will make your craft appear, to all intents and purposes, like the elite squad craft of the target clone.
And I guess I wear this?
Correct.
This is creepy. I look like him. Alright, I want to take this thing off as soon as possible. Let's get this over with.
Yeah, I don't remember salvaging a goofy helmet. Well, you know what?
Scavengers. And they deployed suppressor drones.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to make it, but I knew I wasn't going to make it backwards either.
They will believe that you are the elite squad commander.
You there. You have 60 seconds to leave the area.
You shouldn't be picking fights out here on your own. Hey, isn't that the elite boss? Encircle that son of a twitch!
That son of a twitch? Really?
Against the elite squad.
Really? Is that what we're doing?
Get rid of the suppressors, otherwise I'm stuck.
That'll handle him. What if I just drive through him at 1,000,000 miles an hour? Let's blow up that detonator drone out there. Alright, well, I delivered the virus. Okay, that did some good work. Trying to make sure to remember to come on. Make sure to remember to scoop up the loot during combat when I can, because we do get a damage reduction bonus out of it. Ooh, okay. I gotta say, these things are they're putting out a level of damage that I am not comfortable with. Let's see, are we close enough to get a pick off here? We are.
Jump drives are fully functional again. Now we can get back to what we were doing earlier.
Our next stop is Vesna Mining Hub.
That thing has a set of railguns on it, which I am not a big fan of. He's trying real hard to keep garbage between me and him on his approach. Pretty smart. Should have tried harder. Okay. Shit. I am embarrassed. I should not have allowed this Viper to sneak up on me like that. I grabbed one of the mines. I didn't mean to do that. Here, have this. That would have been pretty cool. if I'd actually hit that thing with the mine. Unfortunately, they're tricky to aim while you're actively turning. All right, we're going to deal with that destroyer. Let me just grab some stuff here first. All right. Wow, that thing has my number. Okay, who's ready to make a move? Here we go. And I mean, you know the deal here. There's not a lot of diversity to my strategy. Here come the rockets. All right, easy. Okay, some decent blueprints here. Thermogun and something. Oh, okay. We got the blueprint for the plating. Turns out we are not going to need to unlock more of that. Hell yeah, Malamite. Not allowed to engage my cruise drive here, which is a real shame. Because holy hell are we bad at this sort of like mid-range maneuvering. This stuff looks like space Cheetos. You think Cheetos are a good, like, long-haul space flight food? They don't really... Do they go bad? I guess they probably get stale. But also, and keep in mind here, I'm not talking shit. Like, I like a Cheeto as much as the next girl. Like, they kind of start stale, right? Like, there's a styrofoaminess to them in their most optimal layout. You know, it's not like... How much worse could it get, really? And again, not talking shit. Even just discussing the styrofoaminess of them right now has me thinking, ooh, sure would be cool if we had some Cheetos. All right, well, let's let that thing go off. Oh, boy. Okay, EMP hits at a significantly greater range than I'm expecting every single time. Let's grab this and get the hell out of here. Okay, a plasma. Plasma's worth something. Getting... Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, this is gonna be ugly. Ow. Okay. Alright, okay. So that thing's going to be discharging all the time. What an annoying situation to be in. Okay, cool ship module. I'm not gonna give myself a bunch of motion here. We're just gonna let that happen. Okay. And now let's just get out of range before the next one. I have to say, that's annoying. That's some annoying area design. And not just because my ship in particular is bad at dealing with it. Although, if I'm honest, it's like a non-zero part of the thing. We can probably grab this. I'm going to get shocked by that same crystal again. No. Stay back. Looks like we enter from above. Not exactly. We're really close to it, though. There we go. Wow. We are doing very well on blueprints. Yeah, see, blue quality corrosion missiles. Like, that legitimately might be worth using. Alright, I think we've gotten everything that I think is worth wringing out of this area. But before we go anywhere, let's go ahead and set up that perk. So, not this. Wait, what was it? I don't care about this. I don't care about that. Got nowhere near the stuff for this. Was it? Why did I think I needed malamite? Well, in any case, we do want this. I mean, obviously we need malamite for this, but I thought there was something that I needed like just a couple for, because we were building a part, and now I don't remember why. I should make like notes. We got our mining tracker. I don't so much care about this, although it would be kind of cool. And the bottleneck on Alec is the equalizer, obviously. All right, well, let's see about nailing this down. Let's go ahead and lock all those in. Lock all these in. Be sure I don't spend those. I'm so worried with committing the crystals to this that I'm going to remember what it was I needed them for the instant that I throw them in there. This beam laser doesn't necessarily seem amazing. Don't think we need that. I'm certainly not going to a scattergun. I mean, the kinetic DPS on this thing is impressive, and the total damage output is close to 1,000. When this is spun all the way up, it does some pretty good work, though. And yeah, you know what? We'll keep it for now. And obviously, it's no replacement for the railgun, although I do wish we had a better railgun. I don't think we're likely to keep the web missiles. We don't need that stuff. All right, just making sure we have some room here. Now, once again, we could try to... We could throw another couple of craft attempts at the creating an equalizer, which is a type of coil gun. But if I want to craft other blue stuff, maybe we should hold off. Does everything blue? Yeah, okay, everything blue is going to require quantum processors. Okay, I'm not too concerned with armor breakers. I'm like wondering, do we want to put on corrosion missiles instead of homing missiles? I wish it would show like a sort of like a base stat profile, because it's hard for me to know like how much worse is the impact damage of a corrosion missile versus a homing missile, right? Also, actually, a thing that would be really lovely is if we could have a sort of a default base stat block that also included the energy cost when you're using bomber conversion, because it's really hard to know how much better one is than the other without that information. Also, if I'm honest, I'm a little bit nervous with the like trying to force an equalizer, because I don't actually know if we can craft a blue equalizer. Like, I'm gonna give it a shot here, because it just says, this one just says coil gun. 20% bonus damage against capital ships is a cool idea. We dismantle it and go back to 4 quantum processors, and then it's one of these things that, can I build quantum processors? No, they're not that kind of component. All right. Do I want to try one more time? Am I going to blow the rest of our quantum processors? Yeah, I mean, it would be really cool to have Alec upgraded. Also, it is kind of nice just getting to see like the range of stuff that we can produce, because I don't have anything that I'm like desperately hungry for right now. It doesn't feel super bad to effectively waste those. All right. Back to space. I'm assuming like basically every... This is the wrong button. There we go. That's the engine I wanted. I'm assuming like every coil gun we produce has a chance to be each type of coil gun, but maybe that's not true. You know, maybe there's some other system stuff going on here.
Hopefully the agent Tammy gets to me before anyone else does.
Walk with shoulders back and give a stern look at everyone who passes. This Roslin is known for his gruffness and directness.
We're clones, so there can't be that much of a difference between us, can there?
The less you say while on the base, the better.
It is remarkable that we have managed to hit all of the regions already, and it's funny that they constructed it such that when you come here for the plot, you will hit all of the regions within your first 5 minutes in the area. They just really didn't even want that to be a factor.
Roslin, I'll need to detain you for just a moment.
Callahan!
Yes, sir. We just need to run a security check. No one is exempt. This was your own directive.
We appear to have met an unanticipated event in our plans. You are already acquainted with this officer?
He was my foreman on my last work crew. What the heck is he doing here?
I believe our technology might still mislead the security check, so long as it does not scan too thoroughly.
I'm not comfortable playing charades. It's not my forte.
I don't know if playing charades is really the right... Whatever, it's fine.
Some amount of imaginative persuasion is required on your part during this procedure.
So what you're saying is that we've gone off script and I'll need to bluff my way through.
If
Cool.
you prefer to put it that way.
Sorry, Mr. Roslin, but I'm reading some, confusing results on the scan here.
What of it?
It appears that this craft is not company compliant. I'm detecting unapproved technology on board and a possibly tampered signature string.
Listen, Callahan, you're new here, but you should know who's in charge, right? Now stand aside and let me through. I can't have you wasting my time any longer.
Yeah, but Mr. Blakemore said...
I don't care what Blakemore said, Callahan. You should know enough not to be impertinent.
I'm sorry, Mr. Roslin. Mr. Blakemore asked me to convey the message to you that he is seeking to speak with you about the failed operation in the Cedo system. But that there are more pressing matters at hand with a group of outlaws which need evicting from a local gas harvester. I have been asked to direct you to the location.
Tell Blakemore that he shouldn't worry. I'm on it.
Okay. First of all, it is super funny that like as badass as this Roslin is supposed to be, he is still like absolutely fetch quest bitch. That somewhat reduces his mystique in my opinion, but it's fine. It's worth it for the comedy of it. The other thing, I mean, that's not bad, right? I'll sell these at that price. The other thing is, I think this is actually a really interesting challenge for the voice actor to be like, he has to already be doing our Adam. Okay, they do not want mining equipment, but they do want clothing. He has to be doing our Adam in a way where he's distinct from bad guy Adam. But then here for this sequence, he has to do not bad Adam's voice, but our Adam doing a bad impression of. He has to do the voice of this Adam doing a bad job of doing the voice of the other Adam. And I think first of all, that's just kind of a funny idea. And secondly, he's actually like, he's nailing it. I think that was really well done. He managed to avoid slipping too much into the character of the other one. It was nice. All right. Let's go loot some bear butts or whatever. It is kind of funny that we haven't seen any calls of any kind yet. I think this sector is just very, very small. I guess we can verify that. Yes. And it's interesting, the regions are concentric here.
I'll have to take care of that assignment before docking or it'll raise flags. Do you think you bought the ruse hive?
It is difficult to ascertain, but it was a jolly convincing performance. Good call on him being new to this detail.
Yeah, well, I do have some recent and unpleasant dealings with this guy. I'll have to try to find out from him how he ended up in an elite squad role.
Do not bother to dig too deep. Our mission is only to infiltrate the base.
I'm guessing the failed Cedo system mission was the unsuccessful capture of Dax.
This, I suppose, adds an emotional element to your approach, which I suggest forgetting for now.
Yeah, that would seem to be the wise thing to do. Also, Dax and I don't really have an emotional... We knew each other for like 10 hours, and he spent most of them yelling at me gruffly, so...
So far, the outlaws are only holding one of the two harvesters. Your task is to, well, to do what you do best. Going nuclear and tearing them to shreds.
I know perfectly well what needs to be done. Never assume otherwise.
Of course, sir. I'll leave you to it.
They're really not...
That was a nice touch.
I'm getting into my role.
Come on, recharge faster. Ah, stupid extra health on these elites. Alright, time to switch to the other weapons. Well, I don't have the right missiles equipped. There we go. I was like, why am I not getting a lock? Alright, we're taking a lot of fire from the structure itself as well, so let's try to figure out where are the turrets. Here we go. Oh, shields. Right. Sure. Alright, let's get on the other side of the structure. Yeah, I guess this would be part of the benefit of being just like on a structure, right? Is that they have the ability to draw an awful lot of power if they want to. Seems to be a lot of crossfire going on here. All right, it's definitely shooting me through the wall of the structure a little bit. Okay, I was really thinking that was gonna... Oh, there's another one, is why. Nope, that also did not actually destroy their shielding. Interesting. Alright, well, there's a lot of noise going on. It's just different groups of outlaws fighting each other? Alright, well, I guess that works for my purposes. Let's try to stay to the side here. Okay. Remarkably difficult. Right, bomb throwers. Okay. That seems like a serious problem. Shields are really not very visible from a distance. Come on. Okay, I was trying to make sure there weren't more generators there, and indeed there weren't. I guess maybe I have to clear every generator on the whole system, or on the whole structure, before any of the shields drop. Really wish I could engage my cruise drive with hostiles being around. So we know there's a bomb thrower there. I wonder if I have to use the bomb thrower to... Let's try something. Let's get a little fancy here. What's up, elite G&B fighter? Alright. Ah, shoot. Don't hit my bomb. Nope, that doesn't work that way. Okay. You know, those are like shield removing EMP bombs. That's their whole purpose in life. That was pretty reasonable to attempt. No free plasma for me, I guess. So I'm looking for, like, there's no more generators. No more obvious, like, energy coil or anything, although it does say there's one energy coil left to destroy. And the only targets that we have picked out for us by our targeting system are the turrets that we actually can't damage. Somewhat problematic. It does seem like the G&B guys have eaten everything else. And there's not a lot of other fighters flying around. So I guess I have all day to figure this out, which is nice. Just try not to put ourselves in view of too many of them at the same time, shall we? Aha! There's one shield generator. Those things are very small. The good news is that as soon as we figure out where the shield generators are, and start opening the things up, the G&B guys seem to focus in real fast, so... Alright, that's our other stationary targets. Now it's just a matter of finding, apparently, a tiny little shield generating console somewhere over here. That one, perhaps. Okay, so each of them has their own. At least we get them targeted now. Had to get real close for them to show up in the first place, though.
Avoid the what?
The wind streams when you go in. But you know that already. Of course.
Of course.
What a weird bit of dialogue. Also, again, just want to emphasize how much I fucking love the aesthetic of this place. This is such a cool design.
There is a regular rhythm to the flow of gas inside the tubes. You must time your approach accordingly.
Oh boy, is this gonna be a thing where I wish I had a normal engine speed? Alright, let's wait for it to reverse. And then...
Apart from this chamber, there are more enemies hiding behind the large vent.
Alright. Pretty good EMP. Decent. Okay, not a thing to mess with, I guess.
Try not to get caught in the stream.
Okay. Just give that a second. I appreciate this thing where Hive is like trying to be helpful. Cool change of pace, very fun.
They have sent for reinforcements. They'll be swarming the area any moment now. I'm deploying the rest of the squad to intercept them before they can enter the harvester.
Got it. Not sure how I feel about the rest of the elite squad coming here, Hive.
Do not allow yourself to be distracted, and simply concentrate on the present task.
Alright, I tried to just push through that with the fly fast device. It did not work. Wow, and it kicks you all the way out if you screw up. Okay. There are these little side hatches that we're just going to have to use. I was kind of hoping we could just force it. It was worth an attempt. The boosted flying thing has never failed us before. Oh. Also, wait a second. That way. This is the direction of rotation. All right. You know what? I'm just going to wait it out again. But I'm going to do so while pointed kind of in the direction we need to be going. What is that? Come on, come on. Okay, hidden container with a blue autocannon in it. That's kind of neat. Big nanobots, a damage booster. Anything else fun in here? Not really. Come on, how did I get in? There we go. I appreciate this environment design because, like, doubtless some of the faster ships, perhaps even the ship we were flying before this one, can just jet through this and completely ignore the hide and seek game. But I appreciate, like, the thoughtful area design that gives you options if you're not one of those ships. Okay. Well, this is bad.
We'll see about that.
So we are behind this big shield. Some more shielded stuff. I mean, I feel like I was sort of flying through that as it was forming. Is it permeable still? Yes. Okay, so he's gonna...
I got this. In control.
Yeah, he's gonna change sides of the shield, and I have to do the same, I guess.
All right. Callahan, I just eliminated their leader.
That was not very difficult.
The harvester is ours again. Shame about the hostages, though.
Hostages? You never mentioned any hostages.
They threatened to kill them if we refused to pay the ransom. But don't worry. They were just low-grade workers. Easy to replace.
Why, you piece of...
Careful now.
Hey, Chief, care to join us out here? It's one hell of a party.
It appears the rest of your squad has arrived. I recommend joining them as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's just
this
something
is
to hang
taking
around
us way
in
too
here
far.
for.
There you are.
Take your pick, Chief. I already had my 7 kills for today. The rest is bonus.
Seriously? Why would anyone count their kills?
There's a difference between killing, which takes time and appreciation, and just shooting someone down. Ain't I right, Chief?
Yeah. You wouldn't want to rush things.
What's up, Chief? You normally get a lot more enjoyment out of this.
I mean, like, are we supposed to... They're trying to draw a moral line in a way that's really weird, I think, considering the degree to which we are generally supposed to not treat the outlaws as though they are people, right? They're just like faceless enemy goons. Because, like, we're supposed to show up to an area, and if somebody is identified as an outlaw, be willing to kill them on sight with no further investigation, right? That's kind of the core of the game's mechanics. That's sort of the whole thing. But now they want to make these particular guys look like bad guys for having the exact same proclivities because they're like...
It's a good thing you're here, Chief.
Because they talk like bad guys while they do it, I guess?
Callahan? Yeah, he's a bit of a jerk.
Yeah, has to be expected. I mean, he has a taste for booze. He fits right in. It's just wondering how he got promoted so fast.
That's a mystery, all right.
I heard he got fast-tracked after he single-handedly rescued an entire mining team from an outlaw ambush and killed their boss out in Cedo. He seems to have
It's
Blakemore's
a lot of enemies.
Is that so?
Annihilator virus.
I'll need more than luck to get me out of this.
Give myself a little bit of distance.
Since luck is only a figment of the imagination.
It's interesting that that voice line, like, I was wondering if maybe I had things tuned too low, but y'all heard that. The conversation is just happening at a completely different volume than the Adam voice line for, oh no, my bars are getting low. That's pretty weird.
I just got another one.
Yeah, you think?
There's
Okay.
so many, I hardly have to aim to hit one.
Yeah, this game is... There's a lot of stuff going on in this game's narrative that is dubious at best. And I don't foresee that getting better. Wow, that thing was not ready. So I suppose I could have just fired my ult, basically, like, as soon as the big fight started. With that number of targets, I'm sure I would have done an awful lot of damage. I don't know for sure that it respects friendly ships in the area is the thing that held me back on that. And I don't know, like, obviously it's not like we needed the damage. I kind of assumed we'd be able to just shoot our way out of it, and we were. But now I kind of wish I had done it, if only to see if in fact it is safe to use it around friendlies. I'd hate to shoot down Alec, you know? Oh, this one is... Ah. Alright. I feel like I'm getting a lot of focus here. You know what? Let's just EMP. Let's just slow this down. There we go. A lot easier to kill them when they're not fighting back.
Always sad when it's over.
True, that was fun. Hey, Chief, care to grab a drink later? That is, after you talk to Blakemore.
Sure. I'll see you guys around.
All right, everyone. Let's head back.
Yeah, right. Like, the only difference between these guys and us is these guys have the Saturday morning cartoon enemy voices, while we, in theory, are not capable of doing that. As much as our Adam may try, he just can't quite get there. But, like, we do the exact same things. We like doing the exact same things. We're using the same definition of outlaw. And like the mission where we kind of like halfway humanized a couple of Bloodstar dudes, I don't really think bucks this very much. How do I get into this? It didn't look like the end of the... I assumed we were going to get in through the end of the tube. It didn't look destructible. I guess I didn't actually try. Cannot, in fact, unscrew the vent in this way. This one looks like it's designed to open, at least. No? Alright. Well, I'm not going to stress about it. Let us go and just see if the Flying Duchess has anything of interest for us. In space, no one can hear you die. Well, I mean, we know that's not true. We hear people die all the time.
Say, do you happen to know a Bram DeVint from Cephas Downs?
Ha! If I hadn't been married to that bastard, I'd still know that name as belonging to the worst winemaker in the galaxy. He made it common knowledge that grapes grown on Cephas result in nothing more than glorified laxative. How is that fool doing?
I'm afraid he's dead.
What? What happened?
I don't know exactly, but it seems he got lost in the caves underneath Cephas Downs. His ship had these bottles stored and this message for you.
Oh, that bloody fool. He ran off because he wanted to teach the universe the joys of a heavily touched palate, but ended up dying for a shipload of sweetened vinegar. Here, I'll buy the whole load from you.
That's a lot of credits.
Well, lucky you.
That was not a
Now
lot of
use it
credits.
to buy something or leave. I need to pour myself a drink.
Why is she reading her lines like that? Why? There's so much emphasis being put on every word. Okay. We have the corrosion injector already, right? I wish these would only show up in the shop if you didn't... Alright, how do I view the devices? I guess I would go to the ship panel for this. Yeah, we totally have the corrosion injector purchased already. I don't know why. I don't know why it shows you devices that you can already... Whatever. It's fine. It doesn't matter. A classic peruser. We could... I'm not buying ramen here. That's a terrible price. Alright, the only like component style things that we can purchase are the ones that we already have 8 billion of. Alright, well this was not super useful. I guess we got the objectively pretty small amount of money that wait a second. Fusion cores. Was this the thing? Hold on. Did I have... Fusion cores. Yeah, this requires malamite. This is what it was. I think what's happening here is I was building the nanotech upgrade because of that thing the game does where like it misrepresents which thing you have selected sometimes. And this was why I needed that. Why I thought I needed that malamite, because I thought that was the upgrade recipe for the energy orbs. Well, have I happened across any fusion cores? I mean, now that we've got it already and we have the cores, like, fuck it, let's finish it, right? Maybe it will turn out to be valuable to be able to heal our allies for with our cores. Or with our nanobots. We have no quantum conductors. We do have the resources to put together upgrade level 3. And, you know, rebuilding some of your armor. Like, we're only using nanobots when we're in really desperate situations. So repairing armor as well is actually, that seems pretty useful. Can we build these quantum conductors? Do I have the resources for them? Quantum conductor. It was the one that was already selected. I need more flawless malamite, and I need baromite, which I don't think we've ever seen before. And also, this is going to eat into our supply of flawless culver crystals and plasma. It won't. We have enough plasma to cover both, but we don't have enough culver crystal, so we're going to need more of that as well. All right. Well, someday. And we still need a ton of malamite for this. All right. I guess we're good here. So there's that bulletproof container. I don't really think we care about that. Let's just get back out there. And hopefully we will receive any kind of call or signal at all on our way back. Although I guess I will say,
these guys have clearly no regard for life whatsoever.
not like me.
This Rosalind isn't any better. I can't believe that we share the same genes. The sooner this is finished and I can get back to Dax's mission, the sooner I can put all of this behind me.
I wish it felt more like, because there's a version of this where, you know, there's a funny thing happening with Adam having all of this, like, fake outrage when in fact he is exactly the same as these guys. But I just don't feel like the game is clearly enough projecting that it's aware of the problem. And given the quality of the writing so far, I don't feel it's safe to assume.
The approximate position of a cloaked container was added to your HUD.
Ooh, I love cloaked containers. I also love murdering outlaws. Apparently, only some of the time. I bet it's over there. Hold on. Let's get close enough. What's the range on this thing with the upgrade? 45, 50. All right. Even if this isn't the place where the thing is, there'll be something over here, I'm sure. Nope. We got it. Easy. All right. Charge compensators. We certainly have plenty of these. Some free liquor and crappy coil gun. Okay. Not exactly amazing.
Be advised that Bloodstar units are about to jump in.
Won't they ever learn?
What is wrong with y'all?
You destroyed our bases.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Destroy you.
Yeah, well, you got what was coming to you. Deal with it.
I mean, but also I have tremendous regard for life, and I'm very noble and heroic in all circumstances. Obviously. Really goes without saying. Alright, that might be lootable wreckage over there. I'm just kind of like looking for other things to pick up before we leave. Doesn't feel like there's going to be a ton here. One thing I'm definitely not as good at in this area is figuring out which bits of rock might have like real resources on them. I don't think this is going to yield anything at all. Nope, okay, there's just a weird chunk ripped out of this. I thought maybe that was like, you know, a place where somebody had blown out a bit to hide a thing, but I don't know. Doesn't really seem like that kind of area. Well, that was something at least.
It is an improvement to your features, if you ask me.
You will note that I did not do that, nor would I ever.
Space station. We've detected a minor leak in our cargo hold. Requesting assistance.
I am certain you have now assumed the role of Rosalind with enough conviction to do the next part without my assistance.
Thank you, Hive. Yes, I'm a little more settled into the character now. Although it keeps flitting through my mind the things they'll do to me if my deception's discovered. I mean, dying in space in a blaze of glory is one thing, but slowly at the hands of interrogators is quite another.
Stay focused on the objective. Do not let your mind wander into possible negative outcomes.
Oh, is it cutscene time?
Mr. Roslin, I am here to escort you.
Yes, thank you.
I appreciate like the desperate gratitude in his voice.
No thank yous.
What?
Roslin's a jerk. If you want to be like him, drop the thanks and polite stuff.
Ah, got it.
Wow. You really do look just like him.
I take it that's not a compliment?
Blakemore's office is up ahead.
Where's he now?
Board meeting. We have time.
Anything else I should know?
Just don't make any conversation. And stay in character like Roslin. You know, an asshole.
Yeah, right. I get it.
Hey, maybe this is a good thing not to be saying out loud in this
Better work.
environment.
We'll both be sucking vacuum in orbit by morning. I need your scan again. I'm in. This will take a few minutes while it uploads to Eterna.
What do we do about any surveillance footage?
I'll cover our tracks once we leave. Don't you worry.
This guy certainly likes his artifacts.
Blakemore is obsessed with archaeology, but I reckon the interest goes beyond historical. We're certain some of this has led him to larger Viridium deposits. The big question is, what and where?
So, he's been making preparations?
This data is good, but it might not be enough for Commissioner Hawk to act on. We'll need more.
So what's your deal exactly? How did you end up working for Hawk?
Hey, I don't work for anyone but myself. And I shouldn't have to explain anything to you. You're just here for your DNA.
Sorry for asking.
I got what I need for now. Let's get out of here. I'll go with you partway to the hangar. Leave and talk to no one.
Easiest job I've had so far.
It ain't over yet.
Rosalind,
Blakemore.
that's still Mr. Blakemore to you. What are you doing back here already? You look like crap. Do you have something to report?
Presently, no, sir.
I need results, Rosalind. The time is coming, and we need the exact trajectory. I need you out there making every moment count.
The trajectory for...
Do you need a psych exam? Get it together, Rosalind. We could be mining already, had you not made such a mess of intercepting Dexter Bashar.
That was regrettable, sir.
Find his counterpart. Whoever he was sending that transmission to has the exact coordinates. Let's get this done.
Yes, sir.
Oh, one more thing. We've had no car trader through delivering some sensitive parts. I ordered the elite squad to eliminate him before he leaves the system. We can't have loose ends. We must ensure secrecy.
I understand. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Well, that seems like a handy opportunity to eliminate these Star Wolf-ass half bad guys. Like, and I don't mean half bad. I mean they're like half a person. Half a
You
character.
had to bump right into Blakemore, didn't you? Do you think he suspects?
I don't know. Be honest, I might have blown it.
I'll create some diversions here on base while you do this next part so they don't have too much time to think about your behavior. You'll need to hack several service drones and send them through the vents to the remote servers.
I'd much rather get out of here.
I'm certain that the Commissioner would appreciate that you see this through to completion.
Yeah, okay.
You are registering a higher than average blood pressure.
Yeah, Hive. This is nerve-wracking.
You know, I appreciate the voice actor's work. I feel like has gotten better so far over the course of the game. The writing's not doing a lot of favors for him, but all right, anything new here? Not really. Nothing to speak of. That's a fair amount of mining equipment. Yeah. All right. I'll take all that on board. Okay, let's get lost.
We must play this smart so we don't draw any attention. There are 3 service drone terminals marked on your HUD. By hacking these, you should be able to gain control of the drones and remotely steer them through the vents to the servers. Once there, hack the servers using the drones and download all of the data.
So how did you end up working for the Commissioner again?
I told you, I don't work for Hawk. I'm a free agent.
But you must be a fan of the fleet to be going in this deep for him.
Look, I have my own reasons for doing what I do. I only want to hold G and B to account for their actions.
So you have a particular grievance with G and B.
Okay, the questions stop there. You're not here to chit-chat.
How do I actually... you know what? This may be a thing where I just need to... Well, no, it's definitely clearly underground. How do I actually get access to...
There must be a way to open that door.
Let's see here. This thing's glowing red like a shootable light. Well, that's probably not how that should work. I guess like fail safe, right? If the power gets critically low, better that the door opens than be stuck shut forever. Do not see... Ah, well, there's an energy sphere dispenser. And I am picking up... Okay. Where's the end that you insert the thing into? Is there a break in the pipe? I guess you fire it into here? That's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that that there's no way to just like environmentally tell where this is supposed to go. You need your instruments, damn it, to tell you that there's a thing at the base of the tube, because otherwise you would not be able to tell. I would prefer if that was a thing that you could notice with your human face. Okay, I think that's gonna work. Memory recalibrators. I don't know if those are actually valuable. And then there's another one. I assume we're looking at kind of a similar deal here. Maybe not. Is there a... I mean, there's a red light here. Okay. That's something. Good use of environmental light effects to draw attention to the thing. See, I prefer something like that. I don't know. I have a complicated relationship with the number of indicators that are on the modern UI, I guess. Ow. Okay. Some kind of plating. That seems decent. You do not get enough information from that overview to actually make the decision, though. Increased hull repair. So lose resistance, gain that hull repair. There's a little bit of extra just like armor straight off the top. And, you know, more firepower. Which I think is where the decision is getting made for me. We are starting to find stuff in the sort of just loose in the environment that has higher total damage output than our fancy modified gun. Okay.
So far, so good. Now I just need to guide the drone to the server without drawing any attention.
Which is to say, probably don't destroy the drone. The inertia dampening on this one is much better than on any of those ramen drones, but unfortunately it's still really easy to slam into stuff. Okay, this is an interesting pattern of cycling shields. Also, why do they even work like that? Why? You know, I think we're doing pretty all right. We have a lot of health left. Okay.
Okay, data transferred. 2 more servers to go.
Simple-ish enough, kinda, sorta. Huh. Where do I think the entrance for that is? Also, just real quick. Very conspicuous lighting here. Sure. Free cargo. That's fine. More importantly, what's in here? Okay, well, I don't think we're going to be able to avoid that cloud of corrosion. Just run in, grab this. Don't need that. What are we currently using? Okay, no set at all. So this is just a significant boost. Decrease shield recharge delay and shutdown duration for every enemy within 800 meters. While in combat, armor regenerates 2% per second as long as shields are full. Okay, wow. That's a pretty decent set bonus. I would not mind finding more of this autonomous stuff. Okay. I managed to just barely not go to 100% toxicity. It is wild to me how many loose containers there are and how little anyone cares if you just like fly around and rip everything open. It feels like they should care, doesn't it? This is lit up like it might be currently functional.
The terminal
Nope.
should be behind that door, but how to open it?
All right, power systems connected to this door. Well, that looks like something.
The shield is powered by a generator. Maybe I should check the other end of the cable.
So does this... I mean, this is where this cable goes. Does it also go somewhere else? Maybe there's more stuff to interfere with than this. I think the red lighting here is coming from just like a red strip light. Okay, that was in fact the thing I was looking for. Or a thing I was looking for. Ah, that turns off this. It's weird that the cable, you would kind of expect the cable, if this is the first button in the sequence and not the last, that you would expect that the power cable would run to this side of the machine and not the other. Once again, I do appreciate the way they use the lighting. It feels, I don't know why, but it feels a little bit more, yeah, Adam, can you try to get laid on your own time?
A simple question.
Inari 17,
Ah.
okay?
Inari 17.
So much wind, so much wind.
They did open cast mining. I remember the story. They neglected to evacuate the settlements when the moon lost core integrity and fell apart.
Okay, damn it, shut up!
Look, I'm sorry. I was just trying to get your story.
Yeah, well, you got it now. And it's hardly unique in this shit reality, is it? Now keep yourself to yourself from here in.
For real, we are working right now. But what I was gonna say is, I guess in practice, this kind of environmental lighting use is not all that different from the super goofy, yellow paint everywhere thing that everybody is rightfully very tired of. But I don't know, it feels better for some reason. It feels more like actual diegetic detail. How do I get that? I mean, do I just bump it? Yes. Yes, just slam my face against it was in fact the correct solution. Which I appreciate, because that's really the only thing I know how to do. Okay, these are at least kind of interesting. There's stuff going on here. Alright, so there's shield generator covering these buttons somewhere around here. Wow, it seems like a lot of levels of shield generation, maybe? Ow. Okay, so... is that just part of the larger sequence? Or are these ones... okay, it looks like these ones don't really reset, but we gotta find all of the shield generators independently, I guess. Okay, that's the drone terminal. What am I doing? There's no light over here, but... ah, light up there. Right, you can believe that the shield generators are generally, they're built in different places for different reasons, heat or connectivity or whatever, but that they are generally lit in a certain way where they're visible, is effectively, the sign of them at least, is visible from other places in the environment for the purposes of technicians and stuff, right? There's a reasonable... okay. Apparently it is a whole sequence, and I just got lucky at first. The first 4 shots I took. Why are you so bad at this? I guess they are actually labeled, aren't they? The different number of light strips on them, so you know which panel goes where. Alright. Medicine? Sure. Ooh, signal decoder. Very high value. Okay, ship colors I'm never going to be super disappointed about. This is kind of cleverly hidden. Alright, that'll open the one on the other side. Alright, tell me about this peruser. Really good at picking up resources. I mean, I need to be acquiring ships at further than 3.6, because I shoot at them. I want to start shooting at a longer range than that. So I think I will just scrap this immediately. May as well activate that. Alright, I know we're over the hour here, but let's try to finish this mission off first. So can I just ride through these tunnels? Oh, interesting. Not what I was expecting. A slightly better Gauss cannon, but it doesn't have the mining upgrades ours has, so I'm not gonna equip it. Again, though, good to note that we are starting to see our gear being outstripped by other stuff around here. Resource deposit. I mean, Clygon's not a thing we've ever seen a recipe that needs, right? But it seems to be fairly rare. And I think that's the first time we've seen it in the environment before. Okay, well, that's a fair amount of money, at least. I was about to say these containers are very unimpressive. Power cells we still kind of need a bunch of. That'll take without complaint. That doesn't look like a door. Is this thing... Pardon me. Is this thing down here a door? Here we go.
I'm sure there's a switch around here that turns off that giant vent.
What a weird... Why would this be how these controls work? Huh. I see. I was gonna say it made a noise, but I think this is what made the noise. The generator becoming visible. Also, I like the degree to which, like, It's not verisimilitude, obviously, because there's no such thing as complicated space bases with multiple drone reception servers in them. But you know, like they tuck these things away in sort of quarters and stuff. At least it makes it kind of believable. It feels kind of believable that, yeah, okay, that's where the controls for the maintenance drone would be. It'd be in a sort of out-of-the-way place. This is not stuff that most people interacting with the base will ever need. And I have yet to see a workplace that really respected its IT people a sensible amount. This seems like a problem. So, you know, it's like, well, if somebody's got to have a terrible time with this, it's gonna be the technicians. It's gonna be the repair people. Those are the ones we care about the least. Feels like corporate decision making to me.
Tammy, transferring all the data to you. Are we good?
A lot of it seems to be encrypted. It might take a while to decipher and analyze it, but I think that's all we can do for now.
Great. Can't wait to get out of here.
Yes, better go while you still can.
Well, best of luck in your endeavors.
That parting of the ways is...
on an intercept of an Okar trader before he leaves the system.
Hey, Hive. You don't think that this Okar trader could be my old buddy Tareen?
There is a high probability that this is the case.
I can't let that happen. I have to warn him.
Such an action risks breaking the rules and exposing your false identity. The Commissioner would not tolerate such mercenary actions.
Can't stand by and watch friends die, Hive.
Also, I think the thing you're describing is the opposite of mercenary. In fact, I sort of think that's exactly your problem with it. Oh, this is interesting. I was definitely not expecting admission to a whole cavern here. I was just thinking, like, behind that there would probably be one of the batteries. Well, I gotta say, I am feeling pretty good about this. And who knows, there might be a battery or two in here as well. Indeed. Okay. It seems like there's going to be an awful lot of work to do in terms of opening the secret chamber in this area, or not secret, but you know, the locked chamber. All right, two more. I guess each one of them has a little side area next to it. Boy, what do I want to be doing with this? I guess I'm gonna leave it floating here for the moment. Feel like we might be too big to get forward that way, or maybe not. I'm not too big. These hallways are just too small. Alright, well that's a pretty tough door. Is there a place around here where it looks like we're missing a piece of conduit piping? So I assume that's why we can pick that up, is that we need to use it to do repairs somewhere. Okay, so float it over to here. Alright, you know what? We got our drone reprogramming stuff done. This puzzle's worth doing. I mean that. But also, we're way deep in this episode. So I think I'm going to call it here for today. Thank you all so much for watching. And when you come back next time, we'll start by unlocking whatever it is that's hidden here. And then, you know, probably dismantling it, if we're honest. And then we have so many other interesting things to do in this system yet. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.